Have you ever had a moment where you're just emotionally incapacitated and you can feel your entire being in shambles, and you can feel yourself drowning in that sorrow, and all you want to do is just cry and end it all? And all this just because of a memory or something that happened in the past, an experience you had in the past. Well, this is very common for us humans because we are very talented in recreating past events and crying about them as if they're happening right now. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't any painful memories that can trigger some type of an emotional reaction within us. That's only natural, especially for those memories that involve extreme mental and physical trauma. The burden of having to live with them and the sporadic return of these memories can be difficult to live with. But even for those, while getting professional help, knowing that at the end of the day, the healing can only truly come from within, and being proactive about your own healing is the key to achieving lasting peace of mind. And no matter the type of memory, it doesn't have to take forever to heal, and you don't have to keep on living in this victimhood prison you've built for yourself. But more importantly, you don't have to keep on reliving a negative experience that's not even part of your present moment. And in this video, we'll talk about 3 ways you can cancel your dead past once and for all, and bring your mind to the present moment where your body is, so that you can create a new reality. One that does not require your mind to travel and bring trouble with it. But before we start, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, here on this channel, I talk about how you can find your passion and go after it at any age, how you can find balance even at the most difficult times in your life, and how you can be happy with the things and the people you already have surrounding you. So if you're interested, make sure to click the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. Also, give this video a big thumbs up to spread the message. So, the past is just an image. It's a figment of your imagination. Even though it's recalling something that's already happened, it's not imagining a future event, but regardless, it operates in the same haphazard way when it's not dealing with the now, where it can receive live image and sound inputs happening in real time. With the past and the future, the mind is not just dealing with them with the same accuracy it would with the present moment. It's not even considering them to be real, as it seems to add and subtract scenarios as it wishes. And with that, let's get to point number 1. So point number 1 is to question the validity of the memory itself. The mind is the great trickster. It creates, and sometimes creates, things and scenarios that didn't even take place, and even creates an entire storyline that you could swear has happened. And this is not about losing your memory or something that happens in old age. Able-bodied people with perfect mental health are always recounting false accounts of things all the time. And it doesn't mean that these people are lying, it's just that that is exactly how they remember things. I even heard a rumor that people who have spent a significant amount of time working in demanding jobs, that they're not allowed, or that they were not able to be witnesses in the court of law or something like that. I don't know if this is true, but I can tell you that during my cabin crew years, 9 times out of 10, I couldn't remember the country that I was just at 5 minutes after landing in my home base. And I know this to be true because I would come across some of my colleagues and neither of us can remember where we were just at. Maybe it's because of all the sleeplessness and the fatigue we experienced all the time. Maybe that affected our memory. But don't worry, I have perfect memory now. What was I saying? Anyways, the lesson here is the mind has this tendency to jumble your stories from the past and that you cannot always trust the 10 gigabyte memories it's presenting to you as if it is the actual or the true representation of what actually happened. And when it's trying to take you down memory lane, what you can do is to develop the ability to ask, is this how I want to remember it, or is this how it actually happened? Especially for the ruminating that is taking place about past events that make you feel angry and resentful towards someone or some people, make sure that you're not allowing your mind to skip through the one that you had a role in. Just make sure that you're looking at this objectively and that you're not cherry picking and dealing with only half the story, but having a full emotional meltdown. Point number 2 is that the closure is not in the past. So unless you are a time traveler in both directions, or you have somehow transcended this time prison to go back and undo your past, your best option for the time being, and it works, is for you to end the suffering that is coming from the past by allowing, the closure to take place in the present moment. Because what you're doing is you are constantly contradicting yourself by wallowing in your problems and all these painful memories for days and weeks on end, while at the same time hoping that it will end. It will end, but you have to be the one to do it. And now, the reason why your mind is constantly going to the past is because it believes that it is an unresolved issue and that something will take place, something will change to resolve it within that memory. But it won't, because it doesn't exist. And what you're doing is you are pestering your mind to come up with a closure in la la land that you can't even go to. Why are you telling your mind to go to a land that you can't even go to? What if it stays there? Then what happens? You'll just be here in a body, and there's definitely no closure in that. So the closure can only take place in the present moment. So stop pushing yourself. Stop pushing your mind to the point of breakdown, demanding of it things that it doesn't have to do. Your mind has powers to do other things in life. It can do miracles for you. And if the only thing that you want is to change your past, you want to go back and do all these things, why don't you save that for another lifetime? For maybe when you are the scientist, time traveler or a magician who can transcend that. But for this lifetime, you have the power to create whatever you want in the present moment, and you have the power to have closure from the past in the present moment. You can do that. And if you don't use this power of yours, this ability that's literally going to free you from your past, then you're just going to continue being a miserable human being, because you're just hoping that you are something else or someone else, and you'll just be contradicting your own nature. You don't want to go against your own nature and create a lot of problems for yourself and the people in your life. And you want to retain your mind in such a way that you can use its powers instead of slowly destroying what it can do for you. Because the more you are obsessing about your past, the more you are wallowing, dwelling in the past, it's going to be very hard for your mind to even try and focus on a future that it can actually create for you. Point number 3 is to focus on the now. We've already touched up on this. You already have enough problems here. Why do you have to go back to dystopia and bring more problems? Remember that the point of power is in the now. You only ever have the now, right? You don't have the past, you don't have the future. That's why they're so elusive, and that's why, they also make you lose your power, because your power is not found there. Your power is found in the present moment. The past is powerless, unless, of course, powered by your own incessant need to prove something or to have a virtual closure to your past, which will never happen, because the closure is in your defiant action to let it go and redirect your focus to the now, where that closure is actually possible, in which you can get rid of any painful memory or any nostalgia that you might have about this person, these people, the situation that are now out of your life or that choose to be out of your life.